This upload today on the 20th of the 5th, 2020 is regarding the very serious bodily integrity violations and spiritual violence that's occurring in Tralee, County Kerry, Ireland. Since I gave birth in 2015, these issues have been exacerbated. There's been quite a few casualties as a consequence of the violence of faith, spirituality, etc., that's been perpetrated. Just today now, there's more incidents of bodily integrity violations as a part of this violent assault of spirituality, faith, religion. As I've mentioned, as a consequence of being a light worker, my bodily integrity has been assaulted since I gave birth in 2015. There's been other innocent casualties as a consequence of the individuals perpetrating this violence of faith, religion, and spirituality. Um, so basically, on all accounts, this vendetta of hate crime and human rights violations is a very sinister issue for any civil liberty agency to be ignoring. As I've mentioned, there's been other victims. There have been other women and children that have been affected by the culprits perpetrating these assaults of people's faith and religion. Um, Personally, I have an issue with individuals that are using, I would dislike to discuss it on this upload, but basically, um, there's quite disgusting practices going on that I'm aware of and that I'm not comfortable with. And as regards those that have perpetrated all of these spiritual assaults irrationally, unjustifiably, and unlawfully, in an assault of not just spirituality but ancestry also. Um, these matters are quite serious. So, as I've mentioned, um, there's been obstructions of justice, there's been unlawfulness, there's been an assault of a victim, and I haven't been provided with the protection that the authorities are obligated to safeguard my role in society with. There have been people prospering from the exploitation of my spiritual gifts, light, and blessings. There's been spiritual identity theft. There have been people discussing spiritual matters that they haven't any real knowledge of. So this entire circumstance that I'm obligated to document and share about is a huge issue for the Human Rights Commission to be acknowledging. These people have trespassed, crossed the line. They've totally disrespected my light body, and they are still persisting and continuing today to damage and harm. And as far as a humanitarian stance is concerned, these people that are causing these problems, that have trespassed, that have used the worst means possible to cause as many problems and as much trouble in this vendetta, um, are really um, inconsiderate of the illegalities of their actions, thoughts, and words. So the thought police that contend with ill mentalities, I'm concerned also for the individuals that don't recognize the error of their ways and that continue with these kind of vendettas. So it's a double-edged sword, really. There's a right choice and a wrong choice, and it appears that there's a very difficult stance for um, the relevant individuals to put a right to all the wrongs that these offenders of the Constitution and the Declaration are perpetrating. So for today, the 20th of the 5th, 2020, I'm just going to try and recover from all the damages done due to negligence and incompetence and misconduct, while at the same time being subjected to the ongoing spiritual violence that's also occurring in Tralee, County Kerry, Ireland, without the supports or services of the relevant agencies that are obliged to safeguard law-abiding citizens in society. So, from a spiritual perspective, it's a very sad sign of the times.